So I have mentioned two things in my videos. One of them school related or ex-girlfriend related. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, what is this story time going to be about this time? Well, it doesn't involve any of those two. This involves a babysitter. Now you guys I know what you guys are thinking. You had a babysitter? And the answer to that is yeah, I did. And I want to talk about it. So this story time takes place 7th grade, my early prime days, I would say, for me. So it's a Friday. I'm ready for the weekend, just to settle down and relax. And I'm having a great time. So I get on the bus. I'm on my way back home. And before we get any more farther, I just want to quickly say I had some friends that were from a different school, and they were like, my mom thought that they were bad influence around me, which I should have believed her from the way beginning. And so basically, my mom didn't trust them, and I should have known. I should have trusted her as well to realize that now. My mom caught them, thank God not me, smoking in my backyard. So she kicks them out, and she talked to me, and she said that was I smoking as well? I said no. She trusted me, but she got a little bit angry with me. So she told me like, "Oh, if you want to act like a little kid, I'm gonna treat you like a little kid." And I was like, "Okay." So now let's continue with the more further. So like I said, I come home to my house, and I see this car parked outside of my house. And I have two things on my mind. This could be one of my friends, my brother's friends, or it could be one of my somebody that's related to me that I know. And I was completely wrong with that. Right as the school bus leaves my house, this girl gets out of her car and she says, "Hey, are you Trent?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she had a name. Let's call her Kelly. Kelly says, "I'm your babysitter." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, your mom hired me to be your babysitter for the day." I was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "How old are you?" And at that time I was like 14, 15. So I said 15. She's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I can't believe that your mom hired me to babysit a 15-year-old." Well, I mean, she probably wanted my help just to see if everything was okay around the house. I was like, "Makes sense." She's like, "So what are you gonna be doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm probably gonna be playing some Call of Duty in my room." She's like, "Okay, just let me know if you need anything." I was like, "Okay." So I go back in my room, and I pull my stuff away. I text the boys, which I had back then. I said, "I'm gonna be on in a bit." So I hop on. I get on Call of Duty, and we started playing for a little while. Now I'm telling the boys everything that what just happened. They're completely shocked, and basically, uh, I was starting to get hungry now. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get myself a snack. So I end up walking down to the kitchen, and on stumble upon me going down there, I hear a man's voice. Now, this could be my dad, this could be my brother, I don't know who it could be. So I look, and it's none of them two, that's for sure. And it's some random guy, and it's the babysitter's boyfriend. And he was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, little dude?" I was like, "Don't ever call me little dude again, please." He's like, "My bad, dude." I was like, "Yeah." And then my babysitter says, "Oh, this is my boyfriend." I was like, "Oh, okay." And at the time, I had a ring, and I didn't see him on the ring because if I was to see him, he would have been detected. I would have got a message on my phone saying that there was someone at my door, but looked like I didn't. And so, basically, he basically snuck in through the window of my house. No way of how I would have known that he got in from the window. And so I was like, "Okay then, just make sure everything's okay down here." make sure nothing breaks. And they're like, okay. And so I go back upstairs and I start hanging out and talking to my friends. And I'm telling them everything that's going on now. They're like, no way. And I was like, yeah, her boyfriend's here. And he didn't even knock on my door. He freaking got through the window. The window was open. The back window was open. He climbed into the window. And I was like, bro, I just want to get away from my house for the day. And one of my friends like, wait, come on by. We're gonna have everyone over. We're gonna have a party. I was like, alright, bet. I'm on my way. So I asked my babysitter if she can drop me off at my friend's house. She's like, well, shouldn't you ask your mom? And I was like, no. She's like, well, shouldn't you ask her at all? And I'm like, no. She's like, well, if you don't ask her, then I will. And I was like, well, if you tell her, then I'll tell her that you were sneaking in your boyfriend. And her boyfriend automatically speaks up. He's like, you know what? You should just let him go. And then she's like, you know what? Fine. I'll drop you off. Just make sure you get home safe. Make sure you get home early. And I was like, okay. So she drops me off, and I head to my friend's house, and we're having fun over there. I'm telling them everything that's going on, and yeah. And so when we're hanging out, I get a call, and my mom calls me. Now, I answer the phone. She says, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm hanging out with some friends. She's like, wait, what? I was like, I'm hanging out with some friends. And she was like, where's the babysitter? And I was like, at the house. She's like, are you serious? I was like, what? I hired a babysitter to watch over you, and you go over to your friend's house? I was like, well, it wasn't my idea for you to hire her. And she was like, I was trying to teach you a lesson. I was like, Mom, the only lesson she taught me was how to sneak in your boyfriend. So she's like, oh my god. And she was like really upset. And then she hangs up the phone. And then for a little bit of a while, I started talking with some of the other people over there. And this one friend, or more friends, came up to me. They're like, hey, Trent, can we head back to your house and hang out over there? I was like, sure, let me just ask my mom. So I asked my mom. She's like, yes, you can have friends over. Just make sure the babysitter knows that you're coming back home. And be careful. And I was like, I will. So my babysitter picks me up, and it's her and her boyfriend and the rest of my other friends. We're hanging out for a little while. We're kind of just having fun, just hanging out. And at the end, we all had a good time, And so yeah, I don't think there's more to the story to really tell. Just I don't know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's story time. If you guys want to be notified whenever I upload a video, head on over, join my Discord, TrentWherld chat. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can head over there and join. I have more other chats we're going to be having as well. And yeah, just head on over, join on Discord. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's story time. If you guys did, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys are brand new, feel free to leave your guys' story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.